Well, next up on KCRW, we take you to the Village Studios in West LA for a session of live music with our guest, Lisa Hannigan. Lisa, are you there?
Hello, I am indeed.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very glad to be here in LA.
Welcome back.
I'm slightly glad it's raining as well. I'm not really used to it being so sunny, so it kind of suits me. I get to wear my boots and my tights as I do at home.
It is nice. It is nice. So, Passenger, latest album, will have autographed copies to give away a little bit later. And do we have a show to mention as well? Anything live?
No, I'm afraid not. I'm just here for you. Just here for you.
We love that. Well, let's get into your first set, and then we'll take a break and talk in between. Lisa Hannigan live on KCRW.
Walking round Chicago, I have smuggled you as cargo, though you are far away, unknowing. By the time we get to Salt Lake, I have packed you in my suitcase. I know creases from my own remembering. She said, bird, oh, hi. We wound our way to Texas, and I summoned Ramo, Texas, and I sent them across dust and oceans. In Phoenix, Arizona, I had the notion I might phone ya, but there you lived and died in the ocean. She said, oh, hi. And I said, bird, oh, oh, my sunny light, oh, my passenger. We came up on Ohio, I have you chewed on like a biro. You are a sum I am no closer to deciphering. We came to Minneapolis, all fizzy blood and twitchy fists. I buried you in a day of snowing. She said, bird, oh, hi. And I said, bird, oh, oh, my sunny light, oh, my passenger, oh, my sunny light, oh, my passenger.
So that song was called Passenger. I'm just going to do a little swapperoo to the guitar. This next song is called "Oh Sleep," and on the record Passenger, it's a duet with Ray LaMontagne. So I'm going to do a solo duet now. It's quite a sad situation. But this is called "Oh Sleep."
Oh, sleep, come for me. I will go quietly where the roof doesn't leak in my heart. Oh, sleep, come for me. I'm a boat sprung a leak. I'll hide and you'll seek a new start for me. Till Lord, I'll be too gone to care how great the day is. The dreams that it chases away, they stay. Oh, sleep. Oh, sleep, come for me. I will go willingly, like a leaf from a tree in October. Oh, sleep, come for me. I wait hopefully. I was drunk on a dream, now I'm sober. From now on till on, it can be too long for me. I count the hours till I sleep with your feet by my feet, your breath on my cheek. Oh, sleep, oh, sleep, oh, sleep.
So this next song is called Paper House. It's going to do a tiny tune. And yeah, this is called Paper House.
We lended our heavy hearts, motors with broken parts. We had a deck of cards, it was a start. We'd sit out in the sun and wait for our skin to turn. I would ask for truth and you'd look for something to burn. Oh, we walked in a hollow place back then, on the edge of Dublin, the edge of May and June. Oh, to live in a paper house again, where we grew by the light of the moon. Of the moon. Often we took the train, the sky basing white to grey. When you or I would leave and the other would stay, and we were all that we had, and breathed in each other's words. You would ask for truth, and I'd look for something to burn. Oh, we walked in a hollow place back then, on the edge of Dublin, the edge of May and June. Oh, to live in a paper house again, where we grew by the light of the moon. You were much younger then, younger than I am now. I still keep as much an eye as the wars allow. I still keep as much an eye as the wars allow. Oh, we walked in a hollow place back then, on the edge of Dublin, the edge of May and June. Oh, to live in a paper house again, where we grew by the light of the moon. Of the moon. Oh, you know what you are to me, and you know you will always be.
Beautiful. Lisa Hannigan live for KCRW. 3 songs from the album Passenger. I do love that one, Paper House. It sets such an idyllic scene, really, to me. It's so and slightly nostalgic, it seems.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It wasn't very idyllic at the time, let me tell you. But I suppose that's why songs get written, eh? But wow. Yes, it is quite nostalgic. I mean, a lot of the songs on the record are sort of nostalgic. It was all written when I was on the road, and I think that brings out nostalgia in you when you're looking at a train window.
Are your songs always, very personal experience, or can they as easily be completely fictional?
In general, I mean, there's some nugget of personal experience in all of them, and most of them, really. I mean, most of them have. There's imagination brought to it too, sure. But there has to be sort of some sense of personal experience that you can sort of lock on to. But I guess it's like doing a cover as well. A cover is the same. There has to be something that you feel, that you have a feeling for the song. But in general, yeah, I just sort of, I mean, it makes me sound like I've got a terribly exciting life writing all songs about it. But I suppose, I think you just, the most banal experiences can be illuminated in a song, I suppose.
The second song you performed for us, "Oh Sleep," and you mentioned it features Ray LaMontagne on the album. Did you write that together?
No, I wrote it by myself. I always wanted a proper duet on the record. And so I wrote it, and I had it all prepared and figured out how it could go. And then I sent it to Ray, or rather I sent it to his manager so that he would be able to say no. It's a very Irish thing, that, just, you probably want to say no, so I'll send it to his manager. But he said yes, luckily. Yeah. And yeah, it was wonderful. He came in and we had one day of recording in London, and he happened to have a day off in London, so in he came and put his lovely pipes on it.
And nicely done solo for us too today.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, it's weird doing it by itself, and I do have to brush up on the words that I don't normally sing.
Well, there is a lullaby quality to it, something very soothing about that.
Yeah, I sort of wanted to write a song about that funny time just before you fall asleep. So there is a sort of a soporific, almost seasick sort of lurching to it, which was on purpose.
A funny story as well about Ray. He performed at the Hollywood Bowl for one of our summer shows. And he actually slept in his dressing room right up to the point where he went on. So I think he has a special fascination for sleep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
He woke up and went straight on stage. It was the strangest thing.
Wow.
But whatever works for you, I guess.
I think I'd be a mess, I think, if that was... But
maybe it was the meditative quality of that. I don't know. But
perhaps,
the first song you played was the title track, Passenger. Talk a little bit about the idea of being a passenger in life.
Well, the record... the passenger of the title was sort of all the songs, what they were to me, and I'm not a passenger anymore in my own life, but I certainly brought all these songs with me, and because I was traveling so much when I was writing them, I just was thinking about what is it that you take with you when you do travel, what even stuff from many years ago, many miles away, but there's some things that are always in your pockets.
Is there something about the passive nature of being a passenger, sort of the inevitability of the universe, in a sense of just, hey, we're kind of just watching here to a certain extent. We are helpless. I don't know how helpless we are. I think I who knows? I don't feel very helpless. You got to make your own way, Well, I picked up on something in another song from the album, Safe Travels, Don't Die. And it's almost a sense of humor here, because people say with good nature, they say, safe travels. And then you kind of, as an extension of that, suggest the absurdity of, well, of course it's good, of course we hope for safe travels. You say, don't die. Well, yes, let's not die.
Yeah, it's the natural extension of that phrase, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I thought it was sort of silly, but then actually it's really quite a pure sentiment. It is just how you feel about people that you really care for. And my friend would always finish his text messages, safe travels, don't die. And I just thought it was such a lovely sentiment. And I was reading this wonderful book, The Gashley Crumb Tinies by Edward Gorey at the time. It's a little illustrated book during which a lot of horrible deaths befall these little characters. And it's really funny, darkly funny. And I was sort of reading that and just humming, safe travels, don't die, don't die. And I thought, there's a song in that. And it was only about a week before we went to make the record that I wrote it. But it ended up on the record. I think it sort of fit with the general theme, and also just, I just thought there's something very pure about this whole sentiment that I wanted to represent.
Now, let's talk about putting the record together. Did you set up in Wales?
Yes, I wanted to go somewhere where we would all sleep and eat and hang out in the same place. We were only recording for a week, so I thought it won't be too harrowing for anyone. And I found this beautiful place in Wales, in a national park in Wales, like a sort of a converted farmhouse, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And the guys that came over to make the record with me were Joe Henry and Ryan Freeland, who both live here in Los Angeles. And actually they were, Joe in particular was very excited about going to Wales in February with the snow and the frost and the rain and the chilliness of it all. And he does like to sort of batten down the hatches and cozy up and get stuck somewhere. So I thought it'd be nice for him too.
Well, Joe's a good friend of KCRW. He's been here many times. And one thing I've noticed about him is he's a great communicator and a great listener. And I think his strength as a producer, and you can kind of chime in on this, is that he allows for the musical conversation to happen in a very real way, a very present way. But what was your experience working with Joe Henry?
Oh, well, it was absolutely wonderful. He, as you say, he is a wonderful communicator, and the way he is, he really just brought out the best in everybody. And I think that was probably the most important thing. He really he gave everybody a huge amount of confidence and inspiration. And just that we were all sitting in the room together playing down the wires at Joe just into his headphones made the made the recording process more focused or something. Often you can go into a studio and the light goes on and everyone's sort of sitting there trying to play their bit right, and that's not really, it's not really conducive to creating a performance that has sort of momentum and impetus. If you're worried about doing your bit correctly, and yeah, I think that we were all just sort of playing down the wires to Joe, kind of focused the mind in a wonderful way, and he really, he just drew out wonderful performances from everyone. And he would not try as I might to get him to do harmonies and play a bit of guitar and bits and bobs. He wouldn't, because he was very concerned with retaining his aerial view, as he called it, which was great. That he just purely was listening, and that was so wonderful to have his wonderful ears on the whole, because it's so hard. When I go in and listen, I'm always listening to myself, no offense to everyone else in the band, but I mean they are too, and that's good, and we all look after our own bits. But then Joe and his aerial view just took care of the record.
The song Knots, I do hope you will play for us, is what we've gravitated to, here on the radio, and it feels like more of a hooky radio kind of song.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a funny song. It's on the ukulele, the most relentlessly cheerful of all instruments, but it's a sort of it's the chords in it are really quite unpleasant. They're verging on unpleasant, and it's about sort of fear and panic, sort of, or about being brought on by a hangover of sorts. It was a terrible thing to write a song about, but there you go. I decided to write it on this really cheerful instrument. But it's funny that it does seem like it's a bit of a thumper, and it always was. It always was a thumper. And when we came to record it, and with all the songs, we just tried to do what was best for the song. And with this one, there was nothing to be done really except thump. So it's nice, and I do love playing it. I absolutely love playing it.
Lisa Hannigan is our guest on KCRW, the latest album, Passenger. Last thing I wanted to ask you about was, I remember on your last record, CISO, you, at least for some editions of the CD, you actually did needlework, or I remember you kind of handmade CDs.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you've done anything close to that on Passenger.
I have. For CISO, I stitched a whole cover, and I stitched all of the lyrics and everything, and I just made one, and then we photographed it, and there it was. That was the artwork. And then for this one, I wanted to do the same. I mean, I wanted to spend a lot of time and love and energy on it. It was slightly less arduous this time, but I had the same amount of puncture wounds, because I ended up perforating maps into paper and then photographing it over a light box. So I still had puncture wounds, but it took me slightly less to do it, and it was lovely. And I used all the cartography for the artwork, but it's a lot simpler and cleaner and stuff than the first record, which sort of suited really.
Well, Lisa, it is always a pleasure to have you here at KCRW. Thank you for joining us. Let's get into your second set. And everybody sit tight. We have copies of Passenger autographed for our KCRW members coming up at the close of the show. Lisa Hannigan live on KCRW.
I just have to do a very quick tune. I beg your pardon. This song is called Little Bird, and I made a video for it, which is underwater. Underwater for the whole song, and it's one take, and that was also quite harrowing to do, but worth it in the end. Just if anyone is on YouTube. So this song is called Little Bird.
Sings like a kettle, and your words they boil away like steam, and the lie burns long while the truth bites quick. is built for both, it seems. You are lonely as a church despite the queuing out your door. I am empty as a promise, no more. When the time comes and rights have been read, I think on you often, but for once I meant what I said. And a little bird is every bit as handy in a fight. I am lonely as our memory, despite the gathering round the fire. Aren't you every bird on every wire? When the time comes and rights have been read, I think on you often, but for once I meant what I said. Here I stay, I lay me down in a house by the hill. I'm dug from the rubble and cut from the kill. Here I stay, I lay me down in a house by the hill. I'm dug from the rubble and cut from the kill. I'm dug from the rubble and cut from the kill.
This next song is the aforementioned Safe Travels, Don't Die. And you know, this goes out to all all the people in A not used to the rain. I know it makes everything a bit more difficult, and certainly makes the traffic more difficult. But yeah, this is for all the people out and about today.
Eat your greens and don't sit close to screens. Your eyes are a means to an end. And I would be sorry if due to your hurry you were hit by a lorry, my friend. Like you always say, safe travels, don't die, don't die. Safe travels, don't die. Don't die. And don't walk on ice, no matter how nice, how so sturdy, enticing it seems. Please cross at the lights and don't start fires or fights, and don't dabble in heights on caffeine like you always say. Safe travels, don't die, don't die. Safe travels, don't die. Swallow bleach out on sandy Mount Beach. I'm not sure I'd reach you in time, my boy. Please don't bungee jump or ignore a strange lump and a gasoline pumps. Not at all like you always say. Safe travels, don't die, don't die. Safe travels, don't die, don't die. Safe travels, don't die, don't die. Safe travels, don't die, don't die.
Okay, so good tips there. This song is called Knots. This is the ukulele song.
It was early in the morning, we were sitting on the stoop. They wheeled away a starling, and I thought that I would too. Oh, for all I knew, I was lost through and through. In my high heels and my old dress, with my new keys in the wrong set. I tied the knots to remember in my heart. So I choke and I sputter to a start. I am a borrower, a lender of the law. I walk away asleep and chalk an outline round the scene. The shadow play of whiskey talk, a heavy than you dream. Oh, let it be. I was lost in him and me. In my high heels and my old dress, with my new keys in the wrong city. In my high heels and my old dress, with my new keys in the wrong city. I tied the knots to remember in my heart. So I choke and I sputter to a start. I am a borrower, a lender of the Lord. I tie the knots to remember in my heart. I tie the knots to remember in my heart. So I choke and I sputter to a stop.
There you go. That was quite good. I had a cough threatening for the last few songs, and I think singing not sorted out. Okay, I'm gonna do another song. This is called Leal. This is off my first record, CISO. Sorry, I forgot what it was called there. That's a bit weird. Although I did forget how to sign my name this morning, which was even weirder. Okay, this song is called Leo.
He went to sea for the day. He wanted to know what to say when he's asked what he'd done in the past to someone that he loved endlessly. Now she's gone, so is he. I went to war every morning. I lost my way, but now I'm following what you said in my arms, what I read in the charms that I love durably. Now it's dead and gone, and I am free. Shut my eyes to the sunshine, turn my head away from the noise, bruise and rip the chaos, childish toys that I loved, arguably all a laboring
The beautiful and pure voice of Lisa Hannigan live on KCRW. I can't believe you mentioned you were holding back a cough or felt one coming on through a couple of those songs.
It's been threatening for a bit, but it was fine.
That's funny. So we have autographed copies. There it is. We have 5 autographed copies of Lisa Hannigan's Passenger CD for our members. And then, Lisa, I believe you have one more for us. But let me give away these CDs. If you guys have not won a giveaway from us in the past 90 days, then you qualify. Call us at 877-600-KCRW. That's 877-600-5279. These CDs available to our current members only, first come, first served basis, and they're non-transferable. Joining us live from the Village today, Lisa Hannigan. Are they treating you all right over there?
Yes, indeed. What an amazing studio.
Yeah.
I was here once before, actually. I did a song with the Chieftains and T-Bone Burnett, and he works here. And wow, yeah, it really is a stunning place.
Well, try and get a tour if you haven't seen the entire place yet.
I certainly will. I'll give it a go now. This afternoon.
Yeah, find Jeff over there. He'll take you around.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, thank you again for joining us today, and we wish you all the best. And what are you going to leave us with?
I'm going to sing Blue Moon, that classic.
All right. Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then suddenly appeared before me, the only one my arms could ever hold. And then somebody whispered, please adore me. When I looked to the moon, it turned to gold. You saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then suddenly appeared before me, the only one my arms could ever hold. And then somebody whispered, please adore me. When I looked to the moon, it turned to gold. Blue. Now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own, love of my own, love of my own, love of my own, love of my own.
Well, thanks to Lisa Hannigan for joining us live today from the Village Studios. Also, thanks to Carlin Kessler, Una Malloy, Guion Wright at the Village, Jeff Gartenbaum, assistant at Village, John Lewis, KCRW Tech, Rob LaFond, web video producer. Also, thanks to Jeff Greenberg at the Village and Tina Morris. Mary Shalami for production assistance here in studio at KCRW.